Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. In this video, I'll be covering where to find accommodation in Sydney. If you are, a family of four or someone who is thinking of coming to Australia and thinking of staying here more than your a typical 1 or 2 or a week vacation, you're probably thinking, where can I find accommodation aside from your Airbnb or hotel out there? So my main suggestion would be, before you're thinking of coming over here, maybe have a chat with a family member if you have a family member that is in Sydney. If not, if you met a friend, or if you met a friend on the road before you come to Sydney, or if not, you probably have to stay in a small backpacker or something, just to get the cost low. That is. So, but after a while, you probably want your own space, and where do you go from there? If you don't have any connection, on the other hand, it might be a little bit tough just to get in, coming in from a different country straight away here to find accommodation. Because after all, the biggest obstacle that I know of when it comes to coming to a new country is, how much is it going to cost me? Okay, how much is it going to cost me a week, a month, or what should I budget when it comes to accommodation in Sydney? And that's the reason why I make this video. Alrighty, so when there's a few different ways that you can actually find accommodation in here while you are still in overseas. One of the ways, to get yourself setting up, I guess, I would suggest to go Gumtree. Now, in Gumtree, the beauty thing about this is you can get lots of things. One of them would be a place to stay, whether it's. So if you go to gumtree.com.au, this can give you an idea of what it is out there. Now this gives you, in Gumtree, majority of them is actually subletting. If it's not a subletting, it's actually being rented from the owner itself. That way, if it's subletting, the good thing about that is you just come in, hey, you give them a bond of some sort, and the room's right there for you, ready to go. And they tell you if it's a single room, 1 bedroom, short term, 4th floor, fully furnished or not. Majority of the accommodation that is in Sydney, when you actually when you're subletting, it's great because it 90% of the time is fully furnished. So usually, probably you're just taking over someone's lease while they go on vacation for a certain number of months, and you can stay there for those particular months or so. This is just an example, fully furnished with a private toilet and in a 2 bedroom apartment. Now, in here it's easy to navigate. You can just search by categories and how much price you want to go, the type of price, other offers. You can offer them, hey, I'm actually looking for a place. This is my budget. If anyone interested, give you a yell. But I don't think you can post advertising while you're overseas. I tried to do that while I was overseas. Post something on Gumtree. They would not activate your advert. You can only do it when you're already here, which is a shame. But hey, that's part of the criteria per se. So after you've gone through by Gumtree, there's other option. Another one would be flatmate.com.au. The flatmate.com.au, well, it's simple as that. It's just looking for a flat, like a mate, somebody who can share the bill. Again, some of them actually give you the room clarification, and it tells you if it's fully furnished or not, and you can post who you are, what you're trying to do, and a certain area that you like, and people contact you by that. Other option will be in Facebook Marketplace. In there, you can connect with the I guess to the person that is renting the room out. You can have a chat with them, and if you're happy, go straight in. Once you do that, if you want to venture out, we're looking after a certain number of months, or if you're thinking, decide to go, you know what, I want to have my own space. There's the other option would be going for realestate.com.au. This is the main one that I use in a frequent basis. This is I guess what I say is the professional use, the real estate agent. That's they post. So what tend to happen is an owner of a property goes to a real estate agent. Real estate agent will manage this property being for rent. You pay the real estate agent instead of going to the owner direct. They get a cut, and they'll do all the communication between you and the owner. So if there's anything break down, you contact the real estate agent. If there's anything wrong, that you contact the real estate agent. So they are acting on behalf of the owner per se. So the only thing about this, if you're going via an agent, is they do have, most of real estate agents have an application form. The application form is kind of sort of counterintuitive, because most of them actually requesting where do you currently stay, and if you have like a home-based resident with your name and address on it. You need some sort of ID, like a driver's license with the name, your face, and your current residential area. So this is probably the hardest bit, especially if you're coming in from a different country, which you don't have a home base just yet, you don't have a job just yet. That they prefer to somebody that already established in here, than compared to I guess, let's say an expert that is trying from ground zero. So this one's probably, unless obviously out of the circumstances, for example, maybe your company will be paying for it, then it might be a bit different. But if you want to start in ground from zero, then you're required to have a couple of things before you can go to realestate.com.au, or the other option would be the domain.com.au. Domain.com.au is the same thing. It's a real estate base. So you kind of have to be established in here for a few months before you're even considering going through the applications with domain.com.au. Same thing, real estate agent base. They are the middleman. If anything wrong, you go to the real estate agent. No, it goes to the owner and direct per se. Anyway, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. And let me know what you think of this video.